Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I just wanted to come and say hello. If you're new to the channel, I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for your support, supporting the channel, for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I thank you for your donations. I wanted to discuss a few ideas that a few ideas is like a point of view, perspective on things. I'm trying to share my own wisdom, and I'm also trying to share the energies, what I feel about the sense of the energies of the divine will that is unfolding throughout the whole consciousness of humanity in relationship to all dimensions that are implicated in this plane of evolution, is that there is a great awakening. There is a great awakening that is going on. It's like a lot of people, it's like waking up in the waking chamber of a hospital after a near-death experience. It's like, oh, this epitome, this epiphany. It's like, wow, great, like, oh, something realized that there is more to life than what we know. So it's like the wake up is progressive, and it's like really hard to integrate within physicality. And we're here to prepare we start a new renaissance that will prepare a new golden age. I've seen that Donald Trump is talking about golden age. It was all the English magazine is like on the cover of all the English papers, and it's like, but it is really what's going to be happening for 1,000 years. There's going to be a golden age. But after that, we're not going to go back into a dark age. We're going to move into a 10,000 years of platinum age. But later for that. We got to understand that we have a mission on the earth. We're very important here, but the ultimate destiny of all souls is to return to the center, to the origin, to the source, the great creator, so we can fuse our own light with the great light of the creator, and then we'll start a new cycle. We'll be in the service of the Trinity with so much more knowledge, and we'll be completed being, and we'll be sent in different order of service. For God is before the origin and after the destiny, but for us it's like origin, history, and destiny. And destiny, origin and destiny are the same thing, just we return with all the memory and everything we've learned, so we're contributing to the evolution of the evolutionary consciousness of the Supreme Being. Every time we're learning something, every time we do something, whether it's good or bad, the Supreme is evolving through the process of law and cause and effect. But it's really going for full circle eventually. To return your intention to be one with your source, to return to the great home of the Creator, where there is so many treasures that God reserves on paradise for those who are, they call it the prodigal child, who's really made it, and we all make it eventually. We just we don't want to waste. No, there is no time wasted, because there is a whole process of evolution in the process. But we have a very important mission here, and that is as we rise our frequency, our whole physicality is expanding. The atoms are getting larger, and there is more space for God. For God is in between all things, so there is more space for God to the God's presence to take more space within our physicality, and the density is going to be for God is my higher self is really showing me that there's going to be some great physical transformation that I will be able to enjoy during this lifetime, which is really hard to believe, because we're still being a little bit bound to physicality and the habits of third dimension, the physicality of this world. We do want to realize that there is the true infinity, and there is only in between every space there is the true infinity and presence and consciousness of the Creator. But it's also the separation of time and space that makes the evolution possible, for the purpose of evolution. Because when God, as all that is, in terms of all that is knowledge, wants to experience, He creates another. We are the other, the created, and so once we create God creates the other, it becomes more, and then the one will always be serving the other, his children, and eventually, as we tune in to the frequency of the one, we realize that we are also serving the one. It's a reciprocation of service that we do. Both we will be serving the Creator, for we believe that the Creator needs nothing more. The Creator has a will, and He wants us to fulfill that will in order to make his own creation, His great civilizations advance, the great planets and galaxies and so on. So it's very important to make the information that we are one with our I am presence. For my I am presence is the will of God. It's like it is already in the wisdom, in the power, in the love, and all that is, and it's one with the collective presence of the I am collective presence of all beings within here. The Christ I am presence being the master director of this I am presence, but each I am presence has his own program and is wise enough to handle the mind of every soul to guide them towards the light. So we do want to make those affirmations. I am one with my I am presence and the I am presence of all beings on this planet and beyond. Well, already this planet is already good, but and that is about pure love. To be pure love, inform love and wisdom. For there is the great 1111 portal that will be coming that will actually, I'm sure, ignite a lot of dormant energies and aspect of consciousness. Then it will be the 1212, and then we're going to have the 20. This solstice is on the 2112. It's going to be really, I sense it, and it's been announced. It's going to be very powerful. There's tsunamis of light that will really bring a lot of. And we don't know when the solar flash will come in between, because that's going to clear up a lot of things. So. But there is an opening that will be happening between the world of 3D on the surface, the material world, or 4D, depending on where we stand, to the world of the fifth dimensional earth plane reality on the surface. And really, reality is going to continue to be felt and perceived in resonance to the frequency we have within. But the gap will increase between the consciousness of 3D and 5D. So go with the flow, trust your guidance and intuition, and learn to shift to always brighter dimension, brighter light. For we do need to make our inner work. It is very important to make our inner work. Nobody can do that inner work for us. That means releasing all kinds of toxins, all kinds of traumas and negative thought patterns, negative people as well. All of that drain our energy and keep us bound to this lower plane. So we have to let it all go. And think by yourself, question authority, question everything, just to see how it feels. Look for knowledge outside of the matrix and continue to meditate and find things that you love to do, your passions. The utilization of crystals will be very important. The new technology will be based on crystalline form, crystalline energy, and we're crystallizing, ourselves are crystallizing as well. And so continue to do your meditations and take care of yourself and do all you can to match this higher frequency of love and light, the fifth dimension frequency. For that, we need to disconnect as much as possible to the old dark matrix, and not to listen to them, not to promote their message, not to believe in their fantasies of control, and so do not let, like Metatron was saying, that do not give 15 seconds, more than 15 seconds, to someone who wants to steal your joy. It's no longer acceptable. Anybody who's trying to steal your joy because of their own shadows, it's like just you release them. And because understand that the energy comes as waves. So there is ups and there is downs, but then there is another up after that. And slowly we are rising to faster, brighter, higher versions of ourselves and more beautiful versions of reality. It is our mission to assist with, to qualify as many human souls as possible to move into the next level, to prepare for this golden age. We want as many people to succeed. We want to show people their power. We're not here to show we have more power than you do, we're more evolved than you do. No, that's not it. It's about being able to show them that they have too this power, they have too this light, they have too the possibility. And on 2112 of this year, it's really going to be manifesting in a big way. I do feel it. But I'm already looking forward to this 1111. I'm looking forward to every moment, in truth. But there's great portal where the higher and the lower come closer. For the shifted, the reality, the old timelines have already been gone. So there is proof in the material world, in the matrix, there is proof that the matrix has broken down. The old Nostradamus predictions will fall out. And even the Simpsons, they decided to stop their show because the creator of this show had access to a technology, ET technology called the looking glass, that allows them to see in the past of their timeline and the future of the wanted timeline. But it doesn't work anymore because they predicted the death of Donald Trump and the election of Kamala Harris. So it proves that it's over. Huh? And they decided they're going to stop their show because they no longer have access to this technology. For there's going to be 3 waves of ascension. The first wave will be within those next 3 years. We're going to have this wave of ascension, physical ascension. And so we do need to prepare our physical body, and we're all chosen for this mission. Our soul is much older than the average human being. I know my soul has been around for forever. I met my soul. He told me it's like even before the creation of the universe, we existed. We were already spirits, but we were all created at different points, and we all have a long history. We're old souls. There was many intervention by extraterrestrial. We come as an extraterrestrial intervention. My own soul group, we come from the North Star, but we were guided to the solar system by the heart. It is the heart that called us here. We didn't come here to conquer. So we're connected to the collective brotherhood. And but we are voluntary here. It's like some people, sometimes it's really hard to say, I could have signed up for this mission. And we were qualified, we was approved by the great councils of the earth. Because it required, they knew that we required a very strong soul. We didn't know it was going to be that hard and sometimes. But so just to learn to make your spiritual side dominant, your inner light. God is spirit, and that is really pure spirit, infinite spirit. But we are to become as bright as the divine light. For our true spirit and essence, that's what it is. And so I'm not so sure what I wrote as a note. I don't know. Well, we do we do have to integrate fully our inner light, and that is the will of God. The will of God is really what we seek to do, and that is the I am present is the will of God. When we are fully in this expression of the will of God, then our I am presence come closer and makes those revelations. Connect to your spiritual family, connect to your guides, connect to your monad, connect to your galactic family, because as a spirit group, I know I've incarnated in many civilizations before. I was on Arcturus, I was in the Pleiades, I was in Sirius, I was probably in Venus even before we actually chose to come into physicality. We needed to train because we're descending from a very high planes, and so and we left part of ourselves in all those planes. So now we're like gathering back those parts that are awakening within our DNA, and so. I'm not really sure what I wrote. I wrote a note, but I'm not really sure what it says. I can't even reread myself sometimes, but it's okay. So living your life is like driving a car. And some people are really brusque. They want to go faster than everybody else. I'm not saying not a criticism, but I'm saying just try to enjoy the ride, to drive carefully, to take your time, take it slow. There is no need to go beyond faster than anyone else. Very important to stay calm, to stay at peace as much as possible, not to get ourselves agitated by all the ins and outs and the flux and all of that. So we can integrate, we need to rest. And there is no need to be aggressive in relationship to all the globalist plan or the dark forces. The more we are calm and within our light and love, we can face. I met some very, very dark beings in this, in my travel or in my experience here. But then they had no effect on me because there was the light of God that was just showing me their presence, their existence, and they're all serving on some level. So, but do not become really dark in relationship when you deal with the dark, and just stay calm and call on your guides. Your guides will always have your back. Your guides will always be in support. Your guide who can assist you with the manifestation of your plans. You have a master guide that's like really protecting your spiritual path, but the spiritual path englobes all things. Then you have a pathfinder guide that can assist you with all the material things of the earth, and then you have a guardian angel, a main guardian angel that actually rules all the world of relationship and soul relationships and physical relationships. And then there's many angels that we've been assigned for our mission, and other spirits that are specific to whatever we need to do. But then we also have the guardians. the guardians are, of course, they're all about unconditional love and conditional wisdom, but then that's not gonna how they behave. They're gonna kick in our butts. Huh? They have no, they really want us to move forward. That's their mission. That's what we hired them for. So the guardians are much more severe in relation. Sometimes you have to receive some very severe reflection from the spiritual worlds. I know it doesn't come from my guides, but it comes from the guardians, and we thank them for they're forcing us to change sometimes. Huh? So it's important to learn to discern, and the discernment of spirit is something very important. But I am presence is our main guide there to eventually to be able to filter very often my I am presence let me know that there is a certain spirit that enters my consciousness, a certain archangel or a certain spirit or even a human soul, because I'm not yet perceiving it, but my I am presence is letting me know so I can establish a connection and do whatever work needs to be done. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. Prepare yourself for this great awakening, for this great transformation, for this transcendence, for this illumination, and for your ascension. I thank you very much for supporting the channel and for your donations. And the card of the day is a step ahead. It's about to be able to help each other very much. We have each other, and that should be enough. That should be enough. It's because they divided so much that it's like everybody has to work on its own. But eventually we're going to unify, and we're going to come together. It's also about having to be able to perceive a little bit ahead of what is going on. But to be able to rely on others, and for that you can ask your guides. Of course, sometimes it's like you don't rely on energy or people that are unreliable. And that is really the card of the day, is the orphan. It's like sometimes we feel separated, but no, we're never alone. And God is always there, and there's all our guides. It's just sometimes in relationship, for me, my soul connection, I feel like she neglected me, she forgot, she left me with somebody else. So I feel, because I was used to this love, this connection, so I feel a little bit like that, but God will always replace and then after that, once we let go of this idea of being an orphan, because as we reconnect to the light of God, we'll be fully integrated. Once we're in our connected self, we'll always be connected to amazing intelligence, to amazing love, and so just keep on going, keep on keeping on, and just don't give up. Whatever you feel, there is ups and downs in the waves, so it's just it's just a matter, it's a dance of energy. You have to respect your ego. Your ego is not, there is a negative ego that's always in self-criticism. That you don't want, like the alter ego and all that. But your individual human consciousness has the right to express to the higher self it is what it's going through, and the higher self will always take in consideration within the dance. Yet at the end, we know that the higher light, the higher wisdom, the higher self it is really what we want to align with. And that is really what is coming with the Grand Priest or Grand Priestess. We're returning to a new sense of empowerment. And the portals of energy that we're going to cross are going to really be assisting with that. And there's always countless beings that have assisted us ever since we started this ascension process. So we cannot take all the credit for everything that we've experienced or do or achieve or whatever. There is always it's always a collective victory from many beings that are working from behind the scene. And I thank so very much all the galactic families and all the spiritual presence that are assisting us in this ascension of the planet. Well, my friends, I'm going to finish with a song and then pull out a few cards from the Angel Oracle. It's a song about peace. It's very funny. It's a song from Bob Dylan. He's very, very talented and wonderful. He wrote some wonderful songs. He said publicly that he sold his soul to the devil, but then he writes about peace and love, and so it's a strange thing. But he read the Urantia book. He's a very bright person. He's kind of secluded. Maybe he's like he returned to the light, hopefully, regardless of what he thinks he's done in the past to achieve this success or to get this inspiration or whatever. It's like with some love and light to all the beings of the dark, to those who have been trapped in the darkness. We want to get them back. God wants them back home as well. Huh? Much more important to think that way than to be in the fight and like a victim of the. Although the dark forces is like the fight there is still a fight that is going on, and we need to prevent all their plans Very important to prevent anything negative from there, those people, those beings, those groups, those energies. It's better to prevent than having to fix a problem later. So send your light as soon as you see a problem. Send angels there. Send your love. Send your light. Try to see what is the wisdom in the situation. What is there for everybody to learn within each and every situation. Well, I hope this resonates with you, that assists you in some ways. I'm going to finish with this song. It's called Blowing in the Wind. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonball fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, how many times must a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. So it is very clear we're going to leave that third dimension. All those memories will be as they never existed because they were just part of an experience. And everybody will find their point of freedom, their joy. They will be healed from all the traumatic experience. And I'm sure we'll come up as more than if we didn't experience all that. The card of the day, the observer of the day is temperance. It's about to have the light part of yourself be dominant always, to always have this lucidity over everything else, as well as not to go into extreme. The highest wisdom is hesitation, to overcome hesitation. It's important to have trust and faith instead of doubts. It's okay to hesitate. Sometimes there is reasons to hesitate. We need to wait, see how the life unfolds, look into it. What we need to understand is serenity, to be above the agitation, to breathe, to calm down. What we need to do to cultivate happiness. And the outcome will be courage. We're going to have the courage to try things out, to go for it, to not be afraid, to face things with grace and ease. And as the hesitation stops, there is luck that is coming. It is really, there is unexpected blessings that's right in the wind. It's blowing in the wind. Right in the wind, there's a great wind of change that is coming. With this end of the year will be very, very transcendental. There's going to be a lot of things. And humanity is ready for the revelation. They were not ready 12 years ago at the time of the shift. So now they're ready. They will accept it because they know that something goes wrong with the government, wrong with all the world government and all the institutions and all that. But now the proof is going to come in, so they'll be able to accept it. So I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.